Most people think being rich means cutting every expense, tracking every coffee, and living like a monk. But what if I told you that real wealth isn't about restriction? It's about freedom. That's exactly what Ramit Sethi teaches in his book, I Will Teach You to Be Rich, a no BS guide to building a life where your money works automatically, while you spend guilt-free on the things you love. Whether you're just starting out or already earning well, these lessons will completely change the way you handle money, and your future self will thank you. So let's start with the foundation, your money mindset, and how automation can save you from stress, bad habits, and endless budgeting. Most people treat money like a never-ending to-do list, checking balances every week, worrying about where it went, and promising themselves they'll start budgeting next month. The problem isn't just lack of money, it's lack of a system. Ramit's core idea is simple. Stop relying on willpower. Automate your finances so saving, investing, and even spending happen without you thinking about it. For example, imagine your paycheck comes in. Instead of manually transferring some to savings, some to bills, some to investments, it's all set up to move automatically. You save without trying. You invest without remembering. And the best part? You spend guilt-free on what you actually enjoy because your essentials and future are already handled. But where do you even put that money? Not all bank accounts are created equal, and that's where the next principle comes in. Banking the smart way. Ramit says your bank should make your life easier, not nickel and dime you with hidden fees. That means having a checking account for daily expenses, a high-interest savings account for short-term goals, and credit cards that give you rewards, without charging you ridiculous fees. Think of it like this: if your money is sitting in a basic savings account earning almost nothing, you're literally losing free money. By choosing accounts that give better interest and zero-fee options, you build a system that quietly works for you in the background. No stress. No juggling multiple logins. No wasted energy. Now that your checking and savings are set up and running automatically, the next step is to handle something most people fear: credit cards. But instead of treating them like a trap, Ramit wants you to see them as a tool. And if you know how to use them, they can actually make you richer, not poorer. So let's talk about credit cards and your credit score. Credit cards aren't evil. They're powerful tools when used correctly. Ramit says most people get scared because they only hear the horror stories: debt, late fees, sky-high interest rates. But here's the truth. If you pay your balance in full every month, you never pay a dime in interest, and you get all the benefits like rewards, cashback, and building a strong credit history. Why does credit score matter so much? Because it's basically your financial reputation. A high score can save you thousands of dollars on car loans, home mortgages, and even help you get approved for rentals. And it's not complicated to improve. Pay on time, keep your utilization low, below 30%, and avoid opening and closing cards too often. For example, imagine two people buying the same car. One has excellent credit, the other has poor credit. The person with good credit might pay $200 less every month on the same loan, just because they manage their score well. That's money you could be saving or investing, instead of giving to the bank. Okay, your banking is on autopilot, your credit cards are working for you instead of against you. But now comes the big question. How do you actually spend your money without feeling guilty and still grow rich? This is where Ramit Sethi flips the traditional budgeting advice on its head. Conscious spending plan, not budgeting. Most people hear the word budget and immediately think restriction. No lattes, no eating out, no fun. Ramit's approach is the opposite. It's about spending extravagantly on the things you love and cutting mercilessly on the things you don't. What it means, instead of tracking every penny, you set broad percentages of your income into 4 key buckets: fixed costs, rent, bills, utilities; 50–60%. Investments owe at least 10%. Savings 5 to 10% for big goals/emergencies. Guilt-free spending 20 to 30% for what you actually enjoy: travel, dining, hobbies. Why it works: you're not constantly telling yourself no. You're making sure the important stuff, saving, investing, bills, happens automatically, and the rest you can spend freely, completely guilt-free. For example, imagine you love traveling but don't care much about gadgets. Instead of buying the latest phone every year, you put that money toward a trip. You're not depriving yourself, you're prioritizing what actually matters to you. Once your spending is aligned with your priorities, the next question is, where should that extra money go? This is where most people overcomplicate things with stock tips and hot trends, but Ramit keeps it ridiculously simple. Investing made simple. Ramit's philosophy: you don't need to beat the market, you just need to join it and stay consistent. Start early, automate, forget about it. Instead of timing the market, set up automatic contributions to retirement accounts like 401k, IRA, or index funds, and let compounding do its magic. Go for low-cost index funds or target date funds. These are diversified, reliable, and require no constant monitoring. Focus on time, not timing. Even if you invest small amounts, starting early gives your money decades to grow. For example, if you invest $200 per month starting at age 25, you could have well over $500,000 by age 65 without ever picking a single stock or stressing over the market. So your money's growing automatically. No stress, no endless tracking. But here's something most people get wrong. They obsess over saving $3 on coffee, while ignoring decisions that could put thousands, even tens of thousands, back in their pocket. Let's flip that mindset. Big wins over tiny savings. Ramit Sethi calls this focusing on big wins. Instead of sweating every $5 purchase, you focus on a handful of decisions that have massive, long-term impact. What are big wins? Negotiating your salary can add thousands instantly. Refinancing high-interest debt. Automating investments. Picking the right credit cards with rewards. Avoiding lifestyle creep as income grows. Why it works. You can only save so much by skipping coffee, but you can earn and save far more by making smarter moves in big areas. This approach frees you from guilt about small daily spending. For example, if you negotiate just $5,000 more in salary early in your career, that compounds every single year, far bigger than any latte you'll ever skip. Or switching from a 20% interest credit card to a 0% balance transfer could save you thousands in interest. But here's the real question. Why do you even want to be rich? Is it just about piling up numbers in a bank account or living life on your terms? Because if you don't define what rich actually means to you, no amount of money will ever feel like enough. Psychology of money and rich life. This is where Ramit connects mindset with money strategy. Being rich isn't about buying more things. It's about creating your version of a rich life. What's a rich life? It's personal. For some, it's traveling whenever they want. For others, it's paying off a parent's mortgage or simply never worrying about bills. Why psychology matters. If you don't train your mindset, you'll either hoard money and never enjoy it, or overspend trying to impress others. Ramit teaches you to consciously spend on what lights you up and ignore society's checklist of a success. For example, someone might feel rich eating at their favorite restaurant every week, while another feels rich living debt-free in a small town. The number in your account doesn't define you, your choices do. Okay, now you know the mindset, the systems, and the big wins, but knowledge without action doesn't change your bank account. So let's finish with the exact steps you can start taking today to put this into motion. Practical steps to start today. These are Ramit Sethi's simple, actionable moves to begin building your rich life. No overwhelm, no waiting for someday. Open the right bank accounts. Separate checking and savings. No hidden fees. Easy transfers, automatic deposits. Automate everything. Direct deposit bills, savings, investments, all on autopilot. You'll build wealth without even thinking about it. Check your credit cards and credit score. Use rewards cards responsibly. Pay off balances in full to avoid interest. Aim for a high credit score. It saves you money on loans, rent, even insurance. Invest early and consistently. Start small, even $50 per month. Use low-cost index funds or target date funds. No need to pick stocks. Define your rich life. Write down what you actually want to spend on and what you don't care about. This makes financial decisions automatic and guilt-free. You don't need to be perfect with money. You just need a system that works while you live your life. Start small today, and 6 months from now, you'll look back wondering why you didn't start earlier. Money doesn't have to be stressful or complicated. With the right mindset and systems, it works quietly in the background while you focus on living your rich life. Start small, start today, and watch how quickly momentum builds. Now I want to hear from you. What's your rich life? Is it traveling the world, eating out guilt-free, or just having zero money stress? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to see what everyone's working toward. And if this video helped simplify money for you, hit subscribe for more practical, no-fluff book summaries that turn big ideas into real action. Your future self will thank you.